Hi, everyone. Welcoming in our group of judges here. Welcoming in as well Team J, the final finalist presentation we have for today. Really looking forward to it. We saw two great ones, and we're looking forward to ending on a good note here. So for those who I have not met, I'm Carly Dawson here with the National Sports Forum. I run up our communication and marketing department, and part of my responsibility is also running the Case/Challenge Cup competition. So we're really excited to be able to do this virtually this year. Obviously, with the NSF not being in person, we still wanted to run the competition. So it's going well so far, and looking forward to wrapping it up here. A quick note: the finalists and the winners will be announced. Not the finalists. The winners will be announced at the NSF Spring Summit in May. Each team has 8 badges for that, so I expect to see the 4 of you there, plus a few other team members. So hang tight till then, and we will announce first, second, and third place there. Before I have the judges introduce themselves, I'll do a quick housekeeping note, and then we can kind of just jump right into it. But as like last time, I'll be utilizing the chat, so let you know 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, all that type of stuff. You'll have 25 minutes to present, 10 minutes judges Q&A, and then we'll wrap it all up. So for now, I will actually throw it over to the judges. I'll see who's first on my screen here. Chris, looks like you'll lead us off with a brief introduction, and then popcorn to someone else.
All right, Chris Mann, SVP of Revolution. I run the gaming and esports division of Revolution called RevXP. I've been in the industry for about 5 years, worked with brands like Verizon, T-Mobile, banks, Hyperice, a host of different brands. Current clients include brands like Chipotle, and help them navigate and enter the space of gaming and esports. I'll throw it over to Tom.
There we go. Thank you. Tom Stallings. I'm with Rice University Department of Sport Management. I've taught here for the last 14 years. Prior to coming to Rice, I spent 15 seasons in pro sports with the Houston Astros and the Houston Aeros. That was a AAA affiliate of the Minnesota Wild. In those 15 seasons, all my jobs were in sales capacities. I'll go ahead and turn this over to Dave Snoka.
Thanks, Tom. Dave Snoka, Department of Sports Management at Robert Morris University. Longtime National Sports Forum Case Cup judge. It's great to see everybody here. And I'm going to introduce the fellow Pittsburgher now, Brett Barr.
And Brett just stepped out, by the way. He texted me in case anyone called on him.
All right, then let me select, how about Katie?
Perfect. Hi, everyone. Katie Foglia, Director of Innovation at Forefront Sports Marketing Consulting Agency. I will throw it over to Lenny.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you guys again. I'll spare the long intro. Lenny from Charitable Bits over in Canada. I'll throw over to Ashley.
Thanks, Lenny. Ashley Post. I work for Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. That is all the sports teams in Toronto, working as a digital and media lead with our partnerships group, connecting all of our great partners to all of our great teams in the digital space. I will pass it over to Steve.
Hi, everybody. I am Steve Pastorino. I'm with a company called US Integrity. We monitor sports betting from coast to coast. So when there's betting on whatever esports activities you bring, then we'll get involved at that point. And I'll throw it down to Carl.
Thank you, sir. I am Carl Crudup here with the Sacramento Kings. I'm currently the Special Event Sales Director. Excited to see Team J back here. And I will popcorn it over to Ken.
Hi, everybody. Ken Darrett. I run a sports and entertainment consulting practice in San Diego, and worked with the San Diego Chargers as their CMO for about 17 years, and prior to that with the NBA. And I will flip it over to Jeff.
My name is Jeff Mull. I teach in NYU's sports management program, and my second year doing the Case Cup, and I really enjoy it. And I do, I'm a consultant for major events that come to New York City, marketing and strategy. Is there anyone? Oh, Stephanie, sorry, Stephanie.
I can jump in. Hey, everybody. Excited to meet Team J. My name's Stephanie Russo. I work at Twitch. I've been in gaming and esports for about 6 years. As everybody knows, my job is really similar to the brief in this competition that you're in. I receive briefs like this literally every day and build out gaming and esports strategies for brands of how they can activate and live on Twitch. On top of that, I am also a co-founder of a Women in Gaming Society for female plus business professionals in the gaming space. So I live and breathe gaming, so pretty excited to see what you have today. I'll pop it over to, I think Brett didn't get to go because he was away and now he's back.
Yeah, quick run. Yeah, Brett Bauer, Vice President of Partnerships and Hospitality Sales for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Former life was with Monumental Sports Entertainment in DC with Capitals, Wizards, Mystics. And then there were some esports teams and brands they were involved in too. So excited to join. So was I the last one, Carly?
I believe so. I'm looking through. Is that correct? Cool. Awesome. Well, pleasure to have the judges. I know you all presented in front of 4 for your prelim, but now you got all 12 to answer to. So we're really excited to have y'all. Judges, I will ask if you can turn off your cameras and microphones. And then Team J, if you would like to pull up your screen and we can get started. I'm trying to count and make sure we are not missing a judge here.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, Carly. Just make sure, if you would, that they're all there. I think some folks had to jump out for a sec. It's a long pull. So yeah, let's just make sure we got everybody before we get started here.
Okay, so we have Ashley, Brett, Chris, Dave, Jeff, Carl, Ken, Lenny. I think we should have everyone. Okay, I think we should be good. Let me check the other. Nope, nobody's in the other breakout session room, so we should be good to go. So Team J, the floor is yours. Take it away. And you have 25 minutes. I'll put it on the clock right now.
Good afternoon to all 12 judges and all in attendance. My team and I thank you so much for this opportunity to compete in the prestigious 2021 National Sports Forum Case Cup competition. Take a seat in our Team J gaming chair. Make sure your controllers are plugged in and your volume is all the way up as we take you through our U.S. Bank Partnership Vision Experience. Drum roll, please. And without further ado, let me introduce the team. Hi, I'm Dorian Early, and my mission is to guide you on a voyage through the SWOT analysis and sponsorship overview.
Hi, my name is Tyler Equeezy, and I'll be speaking about our activation overview and team sponsorships.
Hi, my name is Sam Ho, and I'll be talking about our content strategy and marketing channels.
Hi, my name is Blake Perry, and I'll be talking about our partnership overview and our in-person activation.
Now that you met the team, let's hit the space bar and jump right in. U.S. Bank is one of the top 5 largest commercial banks in the United States with over $540 billion in total assets. Strength and diversity being one of its key core values, U.S. Bank has climbed deep into the top 50 companies for diversity 3 years consecutively, while also being named one of the best employers for women in 2020 by Forbes. Unfortunately, a problem stands in the way of U.S. Bank reaching the next level. The recent pandemic has shaken the business model. Sponsorship focus is rapidly shifted to a more digital and hybrid concentration. Traditional marketing activation could be a game of the past. The new generation has gone virtual, opening an experimental world of untapped potential consumers and revenue. But what is this new digital world? The gaming world of esports. See, the Level Up Together campaign brings U.S. Bank and Razer, the #1 gaming and lifestyle brand, into a mutually beneficial relationship with one common goal in mind: creating an integrated strategy that levels out the gender and community equity gap in both casual and professional gaming. U.S. Bank and 2 professional esports teams, FlyQuest and Evil Geniuses, are partnering together to spotlight, celebrate, and uplift gamers who are committed to leveling up together and changing the narrative around the diversity in the esports community. Now let me bring you over to our SWOT analysis. I'll start with the strengths. 39% of esports enthusiasts are between the ages of 21 and 35, which just so happens to be US Bank's main target audience, with 43% having a high household income. Esports ecosystem is on track to surpass 1 billion in revenue, with North America set to hit 300 million, and viewership is expected to increase by 192 million in the next 2 years. Now, the esports global fan base can make it difficult for US Bank to target a domestic audience. And if you've ever watched an esports stream, fans get pretty passionate, for lack of a better word. So that can go against US Bank's core values and brand image, and a banking financial institution may come off as inauthentic. But there's opportunities. You see, there's an opportunity for the US Bank to expand its presence in an untapped market with little competition. And there's an opportunity to diversify US Bank's consumer demographic with the gaming and esports fan base that's right, 46% women. And we can't forget the threats. Now, thankfully, with an addition of a vaccine, the pandemic could have an end in sight. But this could be a negative effect on the revenue and viewership as live sports and events come back in person, and the esports and gaming space may soon become saturated as other financial institution competitors may attempt to enter the market. But I'll stop hogging the game and hand over the controller to Blake as he goes over our key market segments.
Thank you, Dorian, for that amazing introduction. So first, we have our key market segments, like he said. We went ahead and named them Spontaneous Sam and Confident Carly, and we created some avatars to represent them, which you're going to see pop out throughout the rest of our presentation. So Sam has changing life demands, is spontaneous and easygoing, is seeking expert financial support, loves experimenting with new apps and gadgets, and appreciates an unplanned adventure. Carly is diverse. She's a small business owner, confident with her budgeting, but is not so sure about investing, and she loves to take care of her employees and stay up to date on the latest shows and streaming. So with these segments, we have created a partnership and marketing campaign that will speak to Sam and Carly, represent US Bank's values, and set US Bank up to make meaningful change in the gaming and esports industry. So now we have our game plan. We've set up a two-front approach to our overall esports and gaming strategy, with our first front going to be establishing US Bank as an authentic partner in the gaming community, and our second front is going to see US Bank partner with esports teams who align with our values and allow us to highlight diversity, gender equity, and inclusion in the esports community. And both of these are brought together by the overall idea of leveling up together. So now introducing Razer. Razer is globally recognized as the #1 gaming and lifestyle brand for both entry-level and expert-level gamers. Their slogan is "For gamers, by gamers," and although they started as a simple gaming peripherals company back in 2005, they have since evolved into a very passionate community that has a worldwide reach. Currently, they have a collective following of more than 12.5 million users worldwide, and they pull a ton of organic web traffic, including more than 9 million page views since November of last year. So with that being said, what exactly are we trying to accomplish together, and why do we believe that Razer is the right fit for our strategy? So first, we're trying to establish an authentic partnership between US Bank and Razer that's geared towards the idea of leveling up together. We want to elevate and champion minority gamers and create gender equity initiatives in gaming as well. And ultimately with this partnership, we want to capitalize on the mainstream popularization of gaming and use relevant and unique activations that are going to drive business to both parties. So why does Razer make sense for this party? Well, for this partnership? Well, as Dorian mentioned earlier, we saw an opportunity for change. A 2019 study showed that 46% of gamers are women, yet only 10% of Razer's followers are. And since the US Bank brand is built entirely around getting there or leveling up together, we want to help Razer fix their own gender equity gap, while at the same time elevating and championing female gamers all around the country. And in addition to this, Razer encompasses the gaming community as a whole. It doesn't matter if you're a bronze Rocket League player or a world champion jungler in League of Legends, Razer has something that's going to interest you. And as Tyler's going to talk about really shortly, Razer has shown a willingness to support gender equity initiatives and charity campaigns in the past, and their followers have always been eager to support these initiatives. And with Razer gaining millions of passionate followers every single year, there is no other gaming brand right now that has the same level of reach, loyalty, or impact as Razer. Their constant innovation and new gadgets are going to attract Spontaneous Sam, and their high quality content and charity initiatives will interest Confident Carly. So finally, we know that user data is vital to both US Bank and Razer, and we wanted to make sure we incorporated this in a way that can benefit both parties. US Bank's going to have a Level Up Together tab on the Razer site, which is going to detail all of the partnership information and highlight our commitment to leveling out the gender equity gap in gaming with scholarship information. And then we have the US Bank tab, which will have a direct link to the US Bank website and information on how to enter the Razer gear giveaways with surveys for data collection. By combining both of these, we're going to be able to constantly push new traffic to both the Razer and US Bank sites, which is ideally going to turn into new accounts for both parties. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and pass the sticks over to Tyler to talk about the activation and team sponsorship aspects of our campaign.
Thanks, Blake. Since you just highlighted how Razer and US Bank can benefit from each other, I want to explain how that's going to happen and what that's going to look like. The first is through our Level Up Together scholarship. The Razer Level Up Together scholarship is the result of a close partnership between Razer and US Bank to provide an equal opportunity for female gamers to advance their career within the esport and gaming industry. This annual fund awards passionate female gamers up to $2,500 each semester that they are active in the esport community or are working towards a digital design degree. Now, anybody can apply for the scholarship, but you must be a female identifying undergrad or graduate student who continually participates on an esport team, league, or tournament, or as a live streamer. Additionally, you can be working towards any of the following degrees, such as game design, game development, or computer science. Now, to kickstart this fund, US Bank will be donating $250,000 to get this going, and that will last about 2 semesters, so coming out to $125,000 a semester, able to give out for scholarships. Our next activation would be our personalized investing and tax strategies. We want to provide some unique services tailored to Razer Reward members, while also catering to our key market segments of Spontaneous Sam and Confident Carly. As Blake outlined previously, we know that these key segments are ages 25 through 30, and they're growing their fortune and they're looking to invest. So to do this, we're going to develop and provide some sample investment portfolios to showcase some goal-based investing. Some of these goals could be learning to save for retirement, buying a home, paying for college, or just learning financial independence. In addition, we're going to be offering some tax deductions, explanations, as well as tips saving some money. Our next activation would be our Level Up Together lessons. This is a 6-week-long series that is going to be hosted on stream, on Twitch, live stream through Twitch by a US Bank expert. All these episodes will be about 20 minutes in length, and we have the potential to bring on some guest speakers, such as some famous streamers, some game developers, or even corporate leaders to talk on their experience in the industry and hear from them a little bit. Topics discussed on these weekly podcasts could be charitable giving, how to choose the right career for you, mental health and wellness, as well as just managing wealth. Now, in addition on these webisodes, we're going to be giving away gear each week. This is where customers who completed a gear survey that Blake talked about previously, we're going to tune in to see if they were selected and see if they got any gear. So the survey is going to originally be found on US Bank's website, and the goal is to expose US Bank customers to Razer gear while collecting some quick and valuable information. It's also very important to note that this is bringing female US Bank customers to Razer. So questions covered in the survey would be very light questions such as personal info, your banking info, and your esports fanship team as well. And prizes will begin starting at a backpack and go all the way up to a Razerbook laptop. One very exciting opportunity we're going to be offering as well is an in-person event promoting charitable giving. This is going to be a charity cup tournament, but I'm going to leave it to Blake to hype that up in just a couple minutes. And last, I'm going to touch on our Razer card. Currently, the Razer credit card is overseas in beta mode. US Bank will agree to become the Razer card issuer here, which means we'll be assisting and handling, approving all applications, setting the credit limit and APR terms, while also providing customer service for anybody who does have this card. Since the Razer card currently isn't beta testing, US Bank will focus on helping the rollout country and worldwide. US Bank has the expert advice, the years of experience, and enough financial backing to kickstart the launch of the Razer card. Now, I do want to take a couple seconds here and focus on all the initiatives that Razer has done throughout the past. The picture of pink Razer gear is the Razer Quartz collection, where a percentage of the proceeds will be donated to breast cancer research. In the middle is the Snaky Snake initiative, where a percent of all the proceeds with special edition toys and accessories will go towards forest and tree preservation. And lastly, the Razer Gaming for Good campaign is where customers will make donations, and in exchange they get points that can be redeemed for Razer gear. Now, I also want to highlight the teams that we're going to be sponsoring. FlyQuest and Evil Geniuses. We chose these teams to partner with because they represent everything that US Bank stands for. Not only are they committed to diversity and equity in gaming, but they serve their communities locally while influencing the gaming community nationally. FlyQuest has more of a local appeal in LA with 107,000 social media followers. Evil Geniuses, on the other hand, has a very large national appeal with 1.3 million social media followers. Now, FlyQuest hosts annual career workshops at colleges and universities to help advance their careers of aspiring esports students. And Evil Geniuses employs a genius internship program and Youth, Women, and Gaming Summit Both of these are opportunities that US Bank can donate resources such as employees or funds to help support their efforts. With FlyQuest naming a female CEO and Evil Geniuses promoting a female to their captain for one of their competitive teams, both these organizations take pride in encouraging diversity and inclusion within the gaming industry. Now, I also want to touch on a couple of athletes that we will be partnering here with as well. Ricky Ortiz is the first female captain of a major esports organization. She's one of the best fighting game players in the world and is a transgender female and LGBTQ+ advocate. To her right is Trisha Sugira, and is the CEO of FlyQuest and has taken them from a startup organization to LCS champion contender in just 1 year. Sonic Fox is one of the only openly gay esports athletes in the world and identifies as a non-binary man. At only 23 years old, Sonic Fox is one of the most recognizable and accomplished esports competitors in the world and is an outspoken advocate for minority and LGBTQ+ communities in gaming. Jose Diodo is an up-and-coming League of Legends player from Argentina and is one of the most accomplished players in his country, now making a name for himself here in the US. And with that, I'm going to switch inputs and let Sam discuss content strategies and an exciting social media campaign.
Thanks so much, Tyler. So as Tyler just mentioned, we now know that diversity and inclusion are not only important to our new partners, but to US Bank as well. And we want that to be abundantly clear in the content we put out with our partners. We're teaming up for one purpose, to level up together by leveling out the gender and diversity equity gap in gaming and esports. So throughout the year, we'll have diversity and inclusion initiatives that I'll touch on later in our timeline. Our content strategy first utilizes our partners' large social presence, and then we'll be establishing US Bank as an authentic partner within the space before exploring more partnership and sponsorship opportunities within esports. Our content strategy will benefit both Razer and US Bank because of the audience we'll be advertising to. Research has shown that social media users who are interested in esports are far more likely than traditional sports fans to be interested in business and career development, as well as technology and electronics content. So using this information, we'll be implementing targeted ads on social media to reach the spontaneous Sams out there and to promote banking services, as well as our new partners' gear. We'll also be running advertisements through Twitch as previously done by US Bank, but also suggest creating a TikTok account to reach the 689 million people and counting currently utilizing the platform every day. We believe this will be an effective and creative way to reach customers in the demographic fitting Competent Carly. To help you get a better idea of what our content would look like, here are a few social examples of partnership posts we've created by both US Bank, Razer, and an influencer like Sonic Fox promoting the Level Up Together scholarship and our partnership in general. Additionally, like I mentioned, we'd like to continue running ads on Twitch, which you can see on the right, as well as also advertising through the more traditional advertising channels. And then this is one of the social campaigns that I'm the most excited for out of the ones we'll be running throughout the year. We'll launch the idea in late December of 2021 with big social pushes at the beginning of January 2022. The entire idea behind the campaign is to increase engagement, flow, and interaction. The campaign hashtag will be #LevelUpTogether, and will focus primarily on engaging esports fans and followers to show us 2 ways that they plan on saving in the new year. Whether they're saving for a house or a brand new piece of Razer gear, we're giving the top 22 most creative videos or ideas a $2,000 shopping spree on Razer.com. All of this fits within our activation budget we'll talk about soon. But for now, I'll let you tune into Blake's Twitch stream to see what he has going on with his channel.
Thank you, Sam. So as you can see here, US Bank donated $60 million and their employees volunteered for more than 300,000 hours in 2019 alone. It's very clear that impacting the community through charity is a large part of US Bank's values, and we wanted to try and incorporate this into our in-person activation. So with that in mind, we want to partner with the Mayo Clinic Children's Center in Minnesota and the Child's Play organization to host our very own US Bank charity gaming tournament. So Child's Play is an organization that has been providing children in hospitals with access to video games for nearly 20 years now. They have a very large presence in the gaming community, and their work has helped countless children all over the US turn their extended hospital stays into more of a positive experience. Video games aren't just a distraction for these children. They can help them deal with anxiety and stress while they're in the hospital. They also provide new social opportunities, emotional support, and they've even been shown to improve functional ability after complex surgeries and procedures. And because Mayo Clinic treats a lot of rare and complex cases, a lot of the patients there end up having super long stays and dealing with a ton of extra stress and anxiety. And that's why we believe that they align perfectly with the Child's Play organization and pretty much everything that they stand for with this campaign. So with all that being said, we are proposing the official launch of the US Bank Charity Cup presented by Razer. This will be a 2-day tournament dedicated to raising money for the Child's Play organization that's built around children at the Mayo Clinic, just an hour from US Bank Stadium. There's going to be a casual Rocket League tournament on day 1 and a Pro League of Legends tournament on day 2. And leading up to this tournament, we are going to let the Child's Play organization and the Mayo Clinic select 8 patients to serve as honorary team captains of their very own esports team. We're going to let the kids pick their own team names and have Razer design a custom logo and a jersey for them to make this a really, really special event. There's also going to be a live stream draft where the captain gets to choose their pro player and their Child's Play champion teammate. And the tournament itself will be held at US Bank in the on-field event space. We thought that having it in Minneapolis and focusing on the local community while still making a national impact through Child's Play is a really nice and effective way to get the community involved in terms of things like volunteering and small businesses, and really make this into an event that the community can rally behind. So how's all of this going to work? Well, on day 1, we're going to have 8 teams of 3 that include our captain, our Child's Play champion, which is a recovered patient, who was positively impacted by the Child's Play organization, and then a pro player who they can draft from either FlyQuest or from Evil Geniuses. Because of the potential health and safety risks of something like this, our team captains probably won't be able to attend the event in person, but we are going to have them there virtually, and they'll be playing with their new teammates online, so they're still able to take part in the event and be the main focus because this really is about them. We want to bring a ton of attention to this, so we're going to invite out 2 popular streamers to be pros as well. And this is going to be a double elimination 3v3 tournament because the games are only 5 minutes apiece. And the winning team is going to receive brand new custom Razer gaming setups as their prize. So then moving on to day 2, we are doing a competitive League of Legends tournament between 4 LCS teams, which are our 2 partners, FlyQuest and Evil Geniuses, and then Counter Logic Gaming and Golden Guardians. So we chose these teams because they don't have any competing sponsors, and they also align with US Bank's overall values. So LCS teams are actually off in May between the midseason showdown and the summer split. So this makes it a perfect time for this event to happen and to bring these teams out. And this is also going to be a double elimination tournament because it is only 4 teams, and we want this to be a high energy and really entertaining event for fans. And the winning team is going to receive a $150,000 donation to a charity of their choice. So although this is an in-person event, it's still really important that we make a large digital impact and have a large digital footprint. Twitch has been soaring in viewership every year with 2.9 million average concurrent viewers during Q1 of 2021, which is why we're going to be streaming this entire event through Twitch. Rocket League and League of Legends combines for an average of 148,000 viewers per day, making them perfect choices to maximize our reach. And in 2020 alone, streamers raised $83 million for charity utilizing Tiltify, which is the built-in fundraising feature on Twitch. And this is just another way that we can raise even more money for charity by streaming this event. So continuing with the digital footprint and content, we're going to have a custom stream overlay that has donation links and a moderated live chat so we can keep people involved and passionate and excited. We're going to have this running on the US Bank channel, the Team Razer channel, our team's channels, FlyQuest and Evil Geniuses, and then on multiple streamers' channels as well, so we can maximize our reach and ultimately our donation money. And then, like we said, we want to make this a super special weekend for the community, especially for our team captains from the Mayo Clinic. So we're going to have custom jerseys designed based off of what they want their team name to be. And we're going to include all of our wonderful partners who made this possible and a 2021 Charity Cup logo as well. And as you can see here, we have custom jerseys for little Carly Jr. with Carly's Crusaders, and then for Sam Jr. with Team Samurai, which we thought was a pretty good pun and an even better team name. And lastly, for the budget and how much all this is going to cost, this is going to cost a total of $1 million, with a quarter of that being allocated to the 2-day stadium rental and all of the security and personnel. We have an additional $150,000 for activations and event setup, a combined $300,000 for our 2 donations, and then a $100,000 influencer budget and a $200,000 creative and advertising budget, so we can get the word out and make sure that people are lining up to buy tickets for our event and tuning in online to just raise a ton of money for a good cause. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end my stream and tune in to twitch.tv/Sam as she takes us through the rest of her campaign, our campaign.
Thank you, Blake. So how does this plan lay out? In June, we'll announce our partnership with Razer, as well as our scholarship fund, so there'll be plenty of time for applicants to apply before the school year starts in August. Later in June, we'll announce our partnerships with FlyQuest and Evil Geniuses, and by July, we'll host an online activation event with a player meet and greet, a virtual photo shoot where you can get a picture on screen with your favorite player, and Razer will announce new future game accessories, and finally, we'll have a live online esports tournament. In August, our Level Up Together Scholarship Fund applications will be due with recipients announced, and we'll begin the educational workshops that Tyler touched on earlier. In October, we'll begin our weekly Twitch streams to help prepare our audience for tax season. And then late in December and in early January, our user-generated content campaign will start. By February, we'll announce those winners and begin our 8-week podcast streaming series centered around leveling up for change. During February, it'll have a focus around the Black gaming community. And for Black History Month, we'll continue it through March for Black History Month. And then we'll continue it through March, where we'll highlight how we're uplifting and advocating for our women gamers for Women's History Month. And then finally, in May, we'll be hosting the charity tournament that Blake just talked to us about. Now for the fun part. How will all of this be funded? In total, we're going to be spending $1,800,000 on our partnership initiatives with Razer, with adding the charity tournament, $2,250,000 on our partnerships with Evil Geniuses and FlyQuest, and finally, $1,950,000 on media buys, content creation, and advertising. We've tailored our budget based off industry averages and examples, specifically the partnership between Audi and Team Australis 3 years ago, which is comparable to what we spent on our partnerships today. To close it out, here you'll see a recap of some of our key performance indicators we've touched on throughout our presentation, including engagement, ROI, sentiment, click-through rate, impressions, and last but not least, we're making sure we're hitting those key market segments to reach spontaneous Sams and the creative Carlys out there. Now, finally, I'll pass it back to Dorian to close us out.
Thanks for that live stream, Sam. Now, as we conclude this gaming experience, congratulations, our XP bar below has maxed out. US Bank is fully leveled up together with Razer, Evil Geniuses, and FlyQuest as an official esports sponsor in the gaming space. We've created a partnership immersed in diversity through female and minority involvement, as well as engaging in community and equity in the gaming culture. US Bank can now expand its presence in North America in a digital world whose consumer demographic could be with a reach with no limits. Thank you so much to all the judges, everyone in attendance, and of course the National Sports Forum for leveling up with us and the opportunity to present this case. But don't get out the virtual gaming chair just yet. We look forward to any questions you may have for our team. Thank you.
Awesome job, Team J. Love the characters. I'm a little biased, but that was awesome. Judges, if you want to turn on your cameras and mics, I will put 10 minutes on the clock for a little judges Q&A, and we'll wrap things up. So judges, the floor is yours.
It was better the second time around we saw it, guys. Like, great job. You brought tons of great energy. And I love what you guys did with the charity cup and really kind of taking it to the next level too. So nothing but good things to say on my end.
Hi, this is Steve. For someone seeing it for the first time, I'm super impressed. You had me hooked with the charity cup and involving the Child's Play organization. Love all the different ideas. I've got copious notes here. But I guess the question I will ask you is, while I see amazing brand recognition opportunity for the bank, the main way that I see that they monetize this is through the Razer credit card, I guess. Can you explain what this means in terms of credit card signups or credit card revenue, lifetime customer value of either current or future bank members, and at what point do you close the deal and bring them over from somebody who knows about US Bank into a US Bank customer?
So I think the first idea that we had with that Razer card is when we researched it, when they're in beta mode, right, or beta phase right now, they're only in about one country, I believe Singapore, overseas. So we wanted to really help them just accelerate the launch of that, to help them kind of spring into action, kind of spread out a little bit faster. So that we would just be kind of, because we have the knowledge, we have the backing, we have the experience of setting those limits and distributing credit cards and just looking at all the aspects and all the operations of running a credit card, we felt that we would be the best almost teacher or like mentor to Razer to kind of aid with them and helping propel them up. So that way they can launch it in the future themselves as well.
Hey guys, great job. I thought you did a fantastic job getting people excited. Your presentation was good. Your storytelling was good. Dorian, you are an amazing hype man. If you don't, whatever you do, maybe you end up in a WWF one day, who knows? So kudos to you, but the whole team did a great job. Being in the industry, obviously there's a lot of that. I thought you did a good job. I love the partnership with Razer was super innovative and different from what we've seen. Couple questions I had were you didn't consider budgeting for usage of game titles for the charity event. Yes, it is a charity event, but League of Legends isn't just going to let you run an event. Psyonix isn't going to just let you run an event. So I think you missed on that with not budgeting for those and understanding that process, because you can't just take game IP and do that. Was there what was your rationale for not budgeting for usage of games?
Yeah, honestly, we got really excited about all things we could do in terms of marketing the event and building this, great event and using the stadium that, US Bank has rights for. Our angle there was pretty much what you hit on first, was the fact that it's a charity event and we're sort of hoping there. But you made a good point that League of Legends probably isn't going to let us just have an event with 4 of their most, popular teams and their teams with these massive audiences. So I think, honestly, that was just sort of an oversight by us there. And we were just sort of hoping to play on the charity angle would get around that. But yeah.
Okay. Did you budget for CLG and for who was the other? I forget. It doesn't matter the other team, but did you budget for those teams?
Yeah, we did in our event setup and our activation budget for help, getting them travel, getting them hotel, things like that to come out to our event and play. And then obviously,
did you budget fee to have them actually play in the event?
That would just go, yeah, that would go into our event setup budget, which I believe is $150,000. If that doesn't cover it, then we would obviously have to move some money around there.
You have plenty of money because you're never going to pay Evil Geniuses 1.5 million. So that was a way overshoot. So you're good there. But why I guess the last thing is the Twitch stream idea was really good. But a point I want to make, and I guess the question to you guys is, you can't just turn on a Twitch channel and expect viewership. So you budgeted for media, what was great, but what portion of that media spend essentially would go to support driving viewership to that Twitch stream to be in a prominent placement where people actually would find it and tune in?
Yeah, so we had a large media budget for helping grow our own Twitch channel. We were planning on launching one prior to that event, not just doing it like day of, but that is why we factored in having, Razer stream it, having our own team stream it, with their own custom streams, and having all of these different organizations that we're partnering with, promoting this event ahead of time so that we're not relying just on them coming and finding the US Bank channel.
I will add to that too, real quickly. The data collection survey as well, all the results and data would, the gear would be given away through those webcasts each week through the Twitch streams. So that also is another influencing factor.
God, I guess my last question is, why was it presented by Razer? That felt like just weird. That something was a US Bank presented by Razer. That was kind of a weird flex.
Yeah. So the reason we did that is because since they're one of our, they're our primary partner in this campaign, we wanted to involve them in this and help use them as a microphone and sort of a voice to get us out there. People might not hear US Bank charity tournament and just be like, yep, that's something I'm tuning into. So utilizing Razer's audience, since we are already partnered with them, it's just a way to, again, help get our voice out there, grow our channels, grow their channels, and make sure they would want to be involved in something like this that's tied to charity. So that was our thought there.
Judges, any other notes, comments, concerns? We have time for about 2 more if anybody has any additional comments.
Just a quick question here. So you've got you're driving traffic to the US Bank site. You're driving new potential accounts here. I'm looking at your KPIs. ultimately, when the director of sports and entertainment partnerships at US Bank goes back to his boss and his boss says, how much revenue is this going to generate for us overall? For this investment, what is the ultimate return? What would you say would be a good number that he can give his boss? And how would you justify that number that you come up with?
Yeah, okay. So basically for that, I think having all these partnerships, this is not something that's going to be a one-year campaign, that's going to just pay out these massive dividends, especially breaking into a new space. So that's why we sort of tried to, branch out with some pretty big name partners like Razer, like Evil Geniuses, and establish ourselves in the community, making a splash with the tournament. So since this is going to be a year-over-year campaign that's going to have, long-term payoff, it's probably not going to be something that's going to give you massive returns year one. Hoping to, obviously break even or get close to it in year one would be ideal, with a lot bigger impact coming in the future as we, take over the credit card, as we start to convert these accounts, as we have these new these new people that we're exposed to coming around on the US Bank brand and model and getting to know more about us. As for a number, I'm not sure exactly how I'd be able to justify that without having, data on me, but I would just say this is definitely going to be a long-term play that has more payoff in the future than it does in year one.
I would also say, in addition to that, more than just monetary value, like our charity tournament and talking about really uplifting and advocating for women in esports and diversity in esports, that was something that we knew was very important to US Bank coming in and wanting to reach a diverse audience. So like Blake said, just establishing ourselves in the space first.
Thank you.
Any last questions, comments, concerns for Team J? No? Alrighty. Well, Team J, thank you so much. You guys did an absolutely wonderful job. Like I said before, we'll be announcing the winner for second, third place at the Spring Summit in May. Excited to see you all there, not only for the announcement, but for the entire event. But for right now, just hang tight. And judges, I think this is going to wrap up the presentation portion of this year's Challenge Cup. Thank you all so much. I know everybody put in so much time and effort and everything into this. So not only to the judges, but to the students, the advisors, everybody here, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us this year. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing everybody in person in 2021. But we will also be trying to continue the Challenge Cup virtually as well. So hopefully we'll see some familiar faces moving forward. But students, Team J, thank you so much. Judges, if you want to